Congratulations again to Callie, so very, very well deserved. I'm going to ask that you pray with me while we consider the subject, confident in Christ. Gracious and holy God, we ask now that you will speak. The hour is late, so we ask, Lord, that you will come in a powerful way. The message will be heard because it is anointed by you, and that because of that anointing, it will not return to you empty. Bless now, Lord, we pray. Amen. Do you have confidence? In what do you have confidence? And where does your confidence come from? Whatever makes you confident also makes you strong. Where do you get your strength? What is it that makes you want to do better? Some people get their confidence from their parents who nurtured them as children, giving them opportunities to get involved in sports or organizations that allowed them to express themselves. As young people, they were given opportunities to succeed and to fail. Not to fall on their faces, but to fail with encouragement and instruction. Failing in a nurturing environment can help one understand that a failing is not final, but serves as a learning experience as to what not to do and what to do again, only do it better. Many of our parents have young children who are in the exploration stages of their lives from 2 to 22. Our young people are exploring, trying to be confident as they navigate the world that they find themselves in. The first day of school, the first report card, the first promotion, the first crush, the first graduation, the second graduation. I would like to put the first kiss after the third graduation. Who am I trying to fool? College, the first time away from home, the first roommate who was not a relative, the first big relationship, and all along the way, mistakes are, will be, and were made. Some big, some small, but in a nurturing environment, one learns from their mistakes, and the first mistake learned from making a mistake is not to make that mistake again. Paul talks about being confident. Paul talks about being confident in the flesh. He shares that if anyone has reason to be confident in the flesh, it is him. We all know people who are confident in the flesh or in the carnal or in the material world of riches where moth and rust doth corrupt. We know, as the Bible declares, some put their trust in chariots, in the military might, or in the number of guns that they own. We know that America puts its trust in its ability to police the world. 150 men killed last week in a drone strike, and according to the official statement, they were all members of a terrorist graduating class who had plans to attack and kill American military in the region. This was in Somalia. The first question that was raised was, why is there American military in an area that we're not in conflict with? Not to labor the point, America gets her confidence in her ability to police the world. Is there any wonder that America's police feel confident in killing unarmed Americans? Around 3 per day. Many of the political candidates are also confident in the flesh. They say all manner of insult and lie, believing that the American public will sheepishly follow whatever it is they are putting down. And unfortunately, many of them are right in their assumption. People are eating up the nonsense that is being articulated. How is it that political candidates can call for violence in their rallies and black people and white religious leaders endorse them or are sympathetic to their candidacy? It appears that some are confident in the flesh because no one stands up to them. But Paul goes on to say that if anyone should be confident in the flesh, it should be him. Paul discloses his qualifications as to why. From being circumcised on the 8th day to being of the tribe of Benjamin, an authentic Jew, like some say, an authentic German Lutheran. A Pharisee's Pharisee, a persecutor of the church, and under the law having no need for Christ because he was blameless, a zealot of the law, hunter and killer of those of the way. Paul was confident in his knowledge and execution of the law, but he learned. He learned that all of that was dung. It was worthless when compared to the value of being confident in Christ. Paul, the persecutor of the church, the most confident of self-righteousness, when he encountered the Christ, realized that all that he would put his confidence in was nothing compared to putting his confidence in the love of Christ. For in Christ he realized that his past understandings were wrong. In Christ, he came to understand that all that he held as sacred, as valuable as righteousness was trash. It was worthless in the economy of the realm of God. And so, as a changed man, all that he had deemed important, prestige, power, privilege, was nothing in comparison to the person of Jesus the Christ. So as the former things that we counted as important, we need to realize that as compared to what Christ is offering us, it is not to be regarded as gain, but as loss. Anything that keeps us from experiencing the true liberation, the true love of God, is lost. It is a waste of time and life. For in life there is but one thing of great value, and that is finding and experiencing the love of God through Jesus Christ. Mary found this love in Christ first by sitting at his feet, but also when she experienced her brother Lazarus being raised from the grave. And so on this occasion, when Jesus came to her home to have dinner, since it was the custom to wash the feet of a guest, Mary went and got her most expensive perfume. A pound of pure nard. It cost about a year's wages. Imagine for a moment that you spent $40,000 of your hard-earned money on some perfume. And when Jesus came over, you broke it out to anoint his feet. What would your family members say? What about an invited guest who had absolutely nothing to do with your decision? Last week we talked about the prodigal son, stating that prodigal means being lavish. To Judas, this was a lavish gesture on Mary's part. But what we see is that Mary gave her very best to Jesus. Mary gave her very best to Jesus, in whom she had confidence. Who do we give our very best to? In whom or what do we have our confidence? The two times that we see Mary encountering Jesus, she is criticized for her actions. Once for sitting at his feet, and now for anointing his feet. And both times, Jesus comes to her defense. How many of us would like to have Jesus come to our defense? Amen. Beloved, I offer to you that if you put your confidence in Jesus, if you put your confidence in Jesus to get your strength, remembering that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. If you have confidence, to put your confidence in Jesus to get your strength the way that Paul and Mary put the calling on your life. Press on to the vision that God has placed in your heart and move in the confidence that comes only from Jesus Christ. And Jesus will see you through to the end. Trust and believe in Jesus. And Jesus will give you the confidence to run this race until the end. And in the end, you will hear from the Lord, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." Amen.